الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How's everybody doing? Isha is getting later. People are probably hungrier, but inshallah, I hope that we'll survive it, inshallah. So we are back to class, and this is, I think, the 8th class, right? Ninth? Ninth. Okay, so this is the 9th class, and we started last week a new chapter. After we've done and dwelled extensively into the chapter of Ahkamun Nun Sakinati wa Tanween, the rules that pertain to when you have a nun that has a sukun or a tanween. And last week we started Ahkamun Mim Sakina. So mim that has a sukun, Omar, in the Quran, when I see a mim that has a sukun, there are rules that I have to keep in mind before I read and before I know how to properly read it. And the Sheikh told us that there are 3 rules of Ahkamul Mim Sakina. The first one that we saw last week was Al-Ikhfa'u Shafawi, and then Idghamul Mutamathilain As-Saghir, and then Al-Izharu Shafawi. That we'll do inshallah in the next session, the next class. So we talked about Al-Ikhfa'u Shafawi. When do we have Al-Ikhfa'u Shafawi? How many letters does it have?
1 letter.
1 letter. And that letter is?
Ba.
Al-Ba. So what it means is that if I have a meme, yarhamukallah, if I have a meme that has a sukun and it is followed by a ba, the rule that I apply is al-ikhfa'u shafawi. So al-ikhfa'u shafawi, in the word in al-ikhfa, it means that I hide the meme. So my 2 lips do not come together, right? And then ash-shafawi has to do with the fact that both ma and ba come from ash-shafatain, the 2 lips, right? So what I do is I hide the meme. I don't completely close my lips. But what is the other thing that I have as an obligation? Al-ghunna, right? Right? وَلَا بُدَّ مَعَهُ مِنَ الْغُنَّ, right? So I don't say تَعْرُمِيهِمْ بِحِجَارَةٍ, right? That would be a mistake. تَعْرُمِيهِمْ, right? So I do تَعْرُمِيهِمْ بِحِجَارَةٍ, and I spend time. So that is Ikhfa'u Shafawi. So today we'll look at the second rule of Ahkamul Mim Sakinati wa Tanween. So Ahkamu means the rules, right? The rules of Al-Mim Sakina. So the mim that has a sukun. So this is number 2. Idghamul Mutamathilain As-Saghir وله حرف واحد وهو الميم. فإذا وقعت الميم المتحركة بعد الميم الساكنة وجب الإدغام. ويسمى إدغام المتماثلين الصغير ولا بد معه من الغنة. وسمي إدغاما لإدغام الميم الساكنة في الميم المتحركة. وسمي بالمتماثلين لكونه مؤلفا من نفس الحرف وهو الميم. وسمي بالصغير لأن الحرف الأول ساكن والثاني متحرك. And these are amthila, we'll come back to it. So idghamul mutamathilin is saghir. So it's longer than we've been seeing, right? Al-Hussein. So in Ahkamun Nun Sakinah wa Tanween we have al-idgham, al-idgham with its 2 subdivisions, al-idgham bi ghunna and al-idgham bi ghayri ghunna. And then we have al-iqlab, and then we have al-ikhfa. And then last week we saw al-ikhfa'u shafawi. So today we say idghamul mutamathilain is saghir. Looks scary, but it is not. The Sheikh will break it down for us to a level that is going to make it extremely simple for us to understand. So let's follow him. So he says, this is becoming easier. وَلَهُ حَرْفٌ وَاحِدٌ. This rule, إِدْغَامُ الْمُتَمَاثِلَيْنِ الصَّغِيرِ, has 1 letter as well. So al-ikhfa'u shafawi has 1 letter. And إِدْغَامُ الْمُتَمَاثِلَيْنِ الصَّغِيرِ has 1 letter. So naturally, how many letters will al-izharu shafawi have? 26. Right? So remember, that's what we're doing. In Ahkamun Nun Sakinati wa Tanween, when we talked about the rules of Nun that has a sukun and Tanween, what we did basically, we took the letters of the Arabic alphabet and we distributed them into the 4 rules. We gave al-izhar how many? 6. Al-idgham how many? 6. And then al-iqlab how many? 1. And then al-ikhfa, the remaining 15, right? So here that's exactly what we're doing. We gave al-ikhfa al-shafawi 1, which was al-ba, and now he's telling us idgham al-mutamathilain as-saghir has what? As-saghir. So this should be as-saghir. لماذا الصغير and not الصغير؟
لأنه
نعت لإدغام. Excellent, right? So it's an attribute of idgham, right? Grammatically. So if it was an attribute of this, so this is what? So this is mudaf and this is mudaf إليه, and mudaf إليه in Arabic دائما مجرور وعلامة الجر هنا
الياء
لأنه مثنى. ممتاز. Excellent. So الصغير نعت لكلمة إدغام, right? ممتاز. Excellent. So we get two bonuses, right? So he says وله حرف واحد. It has one letter, وهو الميم, and it is the meme. So Omar, what he's saying is, if you have in the Quran, you see a meme that has a sukun, and it is followed by another meme that doesn't have a sukun, the rule that we apply is this rule. Right? That makes sense, right? But now, so he breaks it down and says, فَإِذَا وَقَعَتِ الْمِيمُ الْمُتَحَرِّكَ. Why does he say وَقَعَتْ with ta'u ta'nif when he says al-mim? So al-mim is fa'il of this, is the subject of this verb, right? So why is it saying waqa'at? So waqa'at is for ta'u ta'nif, is to say that this is a female. So why do we have this? Al-mim.
حروف الهجاء كلها مؤنث.
Excellent. Remember we said that, right? So all of the letters of the Arabic alphabet in the Arab, they're considered feminine. That's why he's saying فَإِذَا وَقَعَتِ. That's why he's saying al-mimu sakina, right? When they have at-ta'ul marbuta. Excellent. So when you have al-mimul mutaharrika, you have a meme that has a vowel other than sukun. It has either a fatha or a dhamma or a kasra. And it follows a meme that has a sukun, wajab al-idgham. Then idgham becomes an obligation. Now what is idgham? What is al-idgham lughatan? Excellent. Idghalu shay'in fi shay'in. So you take adghamtu al-qalama fi jaybi. So you take something and you put it in something else. And then istilahan iltiqa'u harfin sakin bi harfin mutaharrik bihaythu yasirani harfan wahidan mushaddada. So idgham, when we talk about al-idgham in Tajweed, it is to take one harf, right? Al-Hussein, we learned this. This was the 3rd class, right? So when we have, not the 3rd class, but the 4th class, right? The 2nd rule when we did al-idgham in ahkam al-nun as-sakina. So you take one letter that has a sukun and you put it in another letter. Like we said, habalum mim masad, right? So here what he's saying is, when you have a meme that has a sukun and it is followed by another meme, so you take the meme that has a sukun and you put it into the one. You have a meme that has a sukun followed by a meme that has a dhamma here. So what do? So we have al-idgham. So we take this and we put it in this. And he says here we call it idghamul mutamathilain as-saghir. And then he says wala budda ma'ahu min al-ghunna. It is an absolute obligation to have a ghunna here. Right? So here also we'll spend time. So not only are we doing, just like we did with al-idgham bi ghunna in ahkam al-nun as-sakina. So here we take the meme that has a sukun, put it in the meme that has a vowel other than sukun, and then we have a ghunna. So we spend time. So right away I know that I will spend time here. Right, Muhammad? So now he's going to help us understand this word by word. Why do we say idgham? And then we have al-mutamathilain, and then we have as-saghir. We want to know, right? So he says, وَسُمِّيَ إِدْغَامًا. The reason why you have the word idgham in the definition is لِإِدْغَامِ الْمِيمِ السَّاكِنَةِ فِي الْمِيمِ الْمُتَحَرِّكَةِ. It's because we are taking a meme that has a sukun and we are putting it in a meme that has a vowel other than sukun. So we're doing idgham, right? So now we know why we have the word idgham. What about the word al-mutamathilain? Why do we have it? He says, وَسُمِّيَ بِالْمُتَمَاتِلَيْن. We're calling it mutamathilain لِكَوْنِهِ مُؤَلَّفًا, because this rule is composed of the same letter. So al-mutamathilain in Arabic means two things that are similar. So here you have a meme and a meme, right? So it's the same letter. That's why لِكَوْنِهِ مُؤَلَّفًا مِنْ نَفْسِ الْحَرْفِ وَهُوَ الْمِيم. It is because this rule, the two letters that compose it are the same letter, and that letter is meme. So mutamathilain basically tells me that this is the same letter that we're dealing. We'll learn actually in Ramul Mutamathilain in other chapter, and we'll see that in the Quran. You can have it in other letters. Idhab bi kitabi lakum, right? So you will have it in other letters, but we'll see that it is only with two letters that you will have the gunna. So that's what sets the meme, and when we learn it, the noon, aside from the rest of the other letters, right? So, وَسُمِّيَ بِالْمُتَمَاثِلَيْن, the reason why we have the word al-mutamathilain in the definition is because it is composed of the same letter, and that letter is al-mim. But what about as-saghir? Why do we have this sifa, this adjective? وَسُمِّيَ بِالصَّغِيرِ لِأَنَّ الْحَرْفَ الْأَوَّلَ, it's because the first meme has a sukun, and the second meme has a vowel other than sukun. So now I understand the definition. So idgham, because I'm taking one letter, which is a meme, that has a sukun, and putting it in the other letter. Al-mutamathilain, it's because I'm dealing with identical letters. It's the meme that I'm dealing with. As-saghir, it's because the first letter has a sukun, and the second one has a vowel other than sukun. So he gives us example. In kuntum mu'minin. So kuntum. So here the meme goes completely, and then we spend time with the owner. In kuntum mu'minin. So in, what do we have here? Followed by a
كاف.
kaf, and kaf. So what rule do we have here?
الإخفاء.
Al-ikhfa. So kuntum. What do we have here? Nun sakina. It's followed by a ta, and ta is one of the letters of al-ikhfa. But now we learn our rule of the day. So kuntum mu'minin wa lahum ma yashtahun. Right? So here we have a meme that has a sukun, followed by a meme that has a fatha. So what do we have here? إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. So here is another example. Amman assasa, right? So here we have a meme that has a sukun, followed by another meme that does not have a sukun. So we have which rule, Omar? As-saghir. Excellent, right? Let's go over it again. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So idgham, so ahkamul mim is sakina. So this is the second rule that we're learning. So ahkamul mim is sakina. If we see a meme that has a sukun in the Quran, we have three rules. The first one we learned last week. It is al-ikhfa al-shafawi. Has one letter, and that letter is al-ba. So if I have a meme that has a sukun, and it is followed by a ba, the rule that I apply is al-ikhfa al-shafawi. I pronounce the meme not completely. I leave a furja. I leave a little space between my lips, and then I have a ghunna. And then the second rule is idghamul mutamathilain as-saghir. So idghamul mutamathilain as-saghir has one letter, وهو al-mim. So here, if I have a meme that has a sukun, and it is followed by another meme that does not have a sukun, has something other than a sukun, then I have this rule, which is idghamul mutamathilain as-saghir. So that's why he tells me, فَإِذَا وَقَعَتِ الْمِيمُ الْمُتَحَرِّكَ. When I have a meme that has a vowel other, al-mutaharrika is the opposite of as-sakina. So al-mutaharrika means it has a vowel other than sukun. So it has either a fatha, a dhamma, or a kasra. So this is al-mim al-mutaharrika, right? بعد الميم الساكنة. So if you have a meme that has one of these following a meme that has a sukun, wajab al-idgham. So idgham is an obligation. We have to apply. So this is not optional, right, Hussein? I have to do it. It's a must, right? ويسمى, and this application, this rule, what we are doing here, يسمى إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. We call it إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. So what does each one of the words that composes the role mean? It means وسمي إدغاما. The reason why we have the word إدغام is because لإدغام الميم الساكنة في الميم المتحركة. It's because we're taking a meme that has a sukun and putting it in a meme that does not have a sukun. That's why we have the idgham. What about al-mutamathilain? Why do we have al-mutamathilain? It's because لكونه مؤلفا من نفس الحرف وهو الميم. It's because this rule, the two letters that compose the rule here, what we're saying is we're talking about a meme following another meme. What is different is the vowels that they have. So it's exact, identical, same letter. That's why we have al-mutamathilain. وَسُمِّيَ بِالصَّغِيرِ. Why do we have the word as-saghir in the definition? It's because the first meme here has a sukun and the second one has a vowel other than a sukun. You with me? You ready for the book? You ready? Let's open up our book, inshallah. Let's take our books. And let's start with Surah Quraysh. That's where we start today.
Yeah. Yes. More? Drama? You want it or not?
No, it's not. It's okay. It's okay.
You can see in the glasses.
Are we good? Who will take it? Who will read it for us? Surah Quraysh. Now, Sheikh, to read?
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Excellent. So do we have examples of, Sheikh, do we have examples of إدغام المتماثلين الصغير in Surah Quraysh?
Yes.
Where? Omar shakes his head. He's nodding. He's saying yes, yes. Omar agrees with you, by the way. The young man says yes. You're right. So in أطعمهم, so we have a meme that has a sukun, and the word meme starts with a meme mutaharrika. So it is exactly, so it fulfills the requirements of falling into the category of idgham al-mutamathilain as-saghir. So the way we properly read it is أطعمهم. So here we spend time, right? أطعمهم من جوع. And then another example, Ahmed. Excellent. So break it down. So وَآمَنَهُمْ, we have a meme that has a sukun, and it's followed by another meme. Excellent. So here وَآمَنَهُمْ مِنْ خَوْفٍ. Right? Beautiful. Let's go to Surah Al-Qadr. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ. Are we there? Who wants to take it? Who wants to read it for Omar? You want to read it for us?
خير من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
Beautiful, mashallah. Beautiful. How old are you, Omar? 13, mashallah. Allah yubarik fik, mashallah. Do you want to, do we have an example of إدغام المتماثلين?
بإذن ربهم من كل أمر.
Excellent. So the young man is right? بإذن ربهم. So here we have a mim that has a sukun and it's followed by another mim that does not have a sukun. Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. So now which surah did we last do? Where did we stop last week?
Zalzala.
Zalzala. So okay, so let's do. So who wants to do surah? Which surah comes back next? Al-Bayyinah? Who wants to read it? So now we're going back to all of the rules, right? Al Hussein? No, we're going up. Who wants to take it? Okay, Sheikh. So we're doing all the rules, huh? MashaAllah. Including Ahkamun Nun Sakina. That's fine, that's fine. You have brothers, you have the brothers here. They'll fill in, inshallah. So we'll do ayah by ayah. Excellent. So excellent. So let's do that ayah. So do we have, let's start first with our rule. Do we have a meme that has a sukoon in that ayah?
No. Yes.
Yes, I hear now. A meme that has a sukoon.
Lam.
Lam, at the beginning, right? Lam yakuni, right? Lam. Does lam have a meme that has a sukoon?
Yes, it has a sukoon.
Yeah.
Which rule do we have?
It's followed by ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
إظهار.
ليس إظهار. الإظهار
I'm a spectator. I'm just watching. I'm the student here. You tell me. So here,
there is none of them here. We haven't studied.
The third حكم. Next time we're gonna take it.
we love this, right? Ilhar. What do you mean Ilhar, right?
It's a حكم of next time.
We don't have any.
What did we say? What did the old man say about when Natafna al-Jabal? When the son said al-Jabal? So excellent. So we have a meme that has a sukoon here, right?
Yeah.
But we know we don't have an ikhfa or shafawi because it's not followed by a ba. And we know that we don't have idgham al-mutamathil and al-saghir. So we know that it's the third rule, right? It's three rules. If it is not the two, it is the third. So we'll see it next week, inshallah. Excellent, beautiful.
We have a nunu sakina.
Nunu sakina?
Yeah.
In where?
إظهار.
In
من
Min ahli, right? So in min ahli we have a nun that has a sukun and it's followed by a hamza. And hamza is one of the 6 letters of al-ilhar. So al-hamza, al-ha, al-ha, al-kha, al-ayin, and al-ghayin, right? So لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين. So Abu Muhammad is saying. Abu Muhammad, you want to take that one?
And we have a nunu sakina.
Nunu sakina in munfakkin, right? And it's followed by a fa. And fa is one of the letters of al-ikhfa. Beautiful. Excellent. So, Sheikh, you want to read the next ayah? Excellent. So you want to do that one for us?
Yes. The rule for this one means that no, we don't have.
We don't have today. Exactly. Excellent. So what about ahkamun nun as-sakinati wa tanween? Do we have? Let's decide. Do we have a tanween?
Yes. Yes.
We have a tanween in which word?
Rasulun.
So rasulun, and it's followed. The tanween is followed by a
Mim.
mim, and mim is one of the 4 letters of al-idgham bi ghunna. So it's ya, nun, mim, wow, yanmu, right?
Yeah.
So here we say rasulun min Allahi yatlu suhufan mutahhara. So here do we have Ahmad?
Yes.
Ahmad is shaking his head. What do we have, Ahmad? Excellent. So we have a tanween and it's followed by a meme. So we have al-idghamu bi-ghunna. Beautiful. So next ayah.
No, the last, we have a tanween too, with the order 10.
If we continue, right?
Yes, we continue.
Excellent. So let's read the next ayah.
فيها كتب قيمة.
So Muhammad, you want to take that one?
We have kutubun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have tanween.
Tanween in kutub. Uh-huh.
Followed by the
Qaf, excellent. And Qaf is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. So fiha kutubun qayyimah. So we do al-ikhfa. So the tip of the tongue wants to go up. We hold it in the middle of the mouth. And then we apply al-ghunna. So fiha kutubun qayyimah. Excellent. Next ayah.
وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة.
Excellent, beautiful. So here, do we have any rule? Ahkamul mim is sakin. Do we have a mim that has a sukun?
Yes.
Which is?
mim.
Ah. Do we have a mim that has a sukun? Omar? A noon, right? So excellent. So we have a noon that has a sukun, and it is followed by a ba, and ba is the letter of Omar. Al-iqlab, right? Excellent. So here, what do we do? So we change the noon into a mim. مع مراعاة الغنة والإخفاء, right? So we keep in mind two things. So the noon gets changed into a meme, and then we leave a little bit of space when we read it, and then we have a ghunna. So min ba'di ma ja'athumul bayyinah. Excellent. Next ayah. So here, do we have any meme that has a sukun?
No.
No. Do you have any noon that has a sukun? Do you have any tanween? Excellent. Beautiful. So next ayah.
في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أولئك هم شر البرية.
MashaAllah. So Abu Jamil, do you have any meme sakina here? A meme that has a sukun?
Yeah.
Where? Which word?
Whom?
Whom. Excellent. So we have in whom a meme, a sakina. We have a meme that has a sukun, and it's followed by a sheen. Is sheen the letter of al-ikhfa al-shafawi? No? Is it the letter of idgham al-mutamathilain as-saghir? No. So sheen is for tomorrow. MashaAllah. How about a nun as-sakina? Do you have any example of a nun as-sakina? Min ahl. Excellent. So here, as we saw at the beginning of the surah, so we have a case of al-idhhar. Excellent. Next ayah.
الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية.
Do we have any example of al-mim as-sakina?
No.
Yes.
We do, just like we saw, right?
Yeah,
Hum, right?
Yeah.
Hum, and it's followed by kha. So kha, is kha the letter of al-ikhfa al-shafawi? It is not. And how about idgham al-mutamathilain as-saghir? No, it is for them. Inshallah.
جزاء تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه.
So now this is like a rich ayah, huh? Like Omar is excited, huh? So is Ahmed. So now let's do. So we'll take volunteers. So everyone will have their share. Even Al Hussein, he's quiet today, huh? Are you hungry? No, you know. So let's start. So do we have an example of Al Mim Sakina? Omar. So جزاؤهم عند ربهم. So here we have a mim as-sakina, an example of a mim as-sakina, جزاؤهم, and it's followed by a ayin. And ayin, I learned that it's not the letter of al-ikhfa al-shafawi, and I know that it's not the letter that I just learned today, idgham al-mutamathilayn as-saghir. So al-ayin then is for tomorrow, inshallah. Excellent. Any other example of mim as-sakina? Rabbihim. Excellent. Ahmed, you want to take that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to say about.
Sure.
ربهم جنات.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. عنهم ورضوا عنه.
So anhum wara. So there, what do we have? We have a meme that has a sukun. It's followed by a wow. So here, I know that I don't have al-ikhfa al-shafawi, nor do I have idgham al-mutamathilayn as-saghir. So it's for next week, and you will see al-wa is actually very special when we do al-idgham al-shafawi, inshallah, next week. So excellent, beautiful. Any other example? Sheikh?
Yeah.
Sheikh of al-mim as-sakina. No? We're done? Now let's go to an-nun as-sakina and tanween. Alright? So Hussein, give us an example of a nun as-sakina or a tanween. So عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. So here we have a nun that has a sukun, and it's followed by a dal. And dal is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. So I don't say جزاؤهم عند ربهم. So that's a mistake. So جزاؤهم عند ربهم. So here, which nun do we have?
عند ربي.
One second.
There is no tashkil.
That's exactly that's the reason. So we have al-ikhfa. That is exactly the reason. Excellent. And then next, my uncle Bashir, Nunu Sakina or At-Tanwin. Excellent. Adnin Tajiri. So we have a Tanwin, and it's followed by a Ta. And a Ta is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. Beautiful, mashallah. Abu Muhammad, give us another example.
We have an example that follow min tahtiha.
So min tahtiha, right? So here we have a nun sakina followed by a ta. So as we just said, ta is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. Excellent. Next example, Abu Jamil. Abada. So khalidina fiha abada. So we have a tanween, and it's followed by a ra. So here, which rule do we have? So
غير غنى.
So what is the proper way of reading it? So do I spend time?
No.
Abada radiyallahu, right? Abada radiyallahu anhum. So what about anhum? Omar, do we have a nun sakina? And it's followed by ha, and ha is one of the 6 letters of al-idhar. You'll be forgiven because you were not here, inshallah. But you can go back and follow the other classes, inshallah. Anhar. In words, beautiful, an anhar. What do we have in al-anhar? We have al-ilhaq. So we have a nun that has a sukun and it's followed by a excellent, beautiful. Next. So we said anhum, right? Anhu and anhum, both of them, right? So we have al-ilhaq. And then the last one. So liman khashiya rabbah. So here we have a nun that has a sukun and it's followed by idhar. Excellent, beautiful, excellent. Let's do next surah. So we just Umar did for us Suratul Qadr, right? So let's do Suratul Alaq. Ahmed. So do we have an example of Mim Sakina here?
Yes.
No. How about Nun Sakina? So alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. How about the Nun Sakina?
No.
No. How about the Tanween?
No.
Excellent. Next ayah, Ahmad. Beautiful. Ahmad, you want to tell us? Is there a Mim Sakina? How about a Nun Sakina? Min alaq. So we have a nun that has a sukun followed by a ayin. Ayin is one of the 6 letters of al-idhar. How about before that?
Yeah, we have some.
Insan. So in insan, what do we have?
We have
Nun sakina followed by a sin, and sin is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. So you want to read it again? خلق الإنسان من علق. Excellent, beautiful. Continue. Next ayah.
اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم.
So that last ayah, do we have an example of al-mim sakina? Yes, right? Lam, right? So, and it's followed by ya. And I know ya is not the letter of al-ikhfa al-shafawi, nor is it the letter of idgham al-mutamathilain al-saghir. So ya is for tomorrow, inshallah. Right? Beautiful. How about an-nun sakina? We have the same word, al-insan. Beautiful. Next ayah. So same word, excellent, beautiful. So here we have an example of a nun sakina, and it's followed by Ahmed ra, and ra is one of the letters of al-idgham bi ghayri ghanna. So say it again. So let's read it again. Excellent. So I don't say an ra'ahu, that's a mistake. And I don't say aw, that's a mistake. I don't spend time. Aw-ra'ahu sta'ana. Beautiful. Continue. Next. Excellent. How about in the word yanha? Do we have a nun sakina? Yes. And it's followed by a? So we have an example of al-ilhaq. Excellent.
عبدا إذا صلى.
عبدا إذا صلى. So we have a tanween, and it's followed by a hamza, and hamza is one of the 6 letters of al-ilhaq. Beautiful. Continue, Ahmad.
أرأيت إن كان على الهدى.
Beautiful. How about here? What do we have? So in can. So we have a nun that has a sukun, and it's followed by a kaf, and kaf is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. So I don't say in kana, but I say in can. Excellent, beautiful. Next.
أو أمر بالتقوى. أرأيت إن.
What?
أرأيت إن كذب وتولى.
Excellent. Same example, right? إن كذب وتولى. Aha. So somebody say So alam ya'lam bi anna Allah yara. So here do we have a mim sakina? Omar?
Yeah.
So, lam ya'lam. So here we have a mim sakina followed by a yeah. So yeah is for tomorrow, inshallah. Inshallah. And how about the next one? The next mim sakina.
Yes.
So ya'lam. So we have a mim sakina followed by a ba, and this is a case of al-ikhfa'u al-shafawi. So what is the proper way of reading it? So alam ya'lam bi anna Allah yara. Beautiful.
كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية.
Omar? Ah, mashallah. So the illam. Do we spend time there? Do we spend time? Read it. Read the ayah for us. Excellent. So we don't spend time there, right? So la illam. So we have a noon that has a sukun, and it's followed by a lam, and lam is one of the letters of. So we don't say kalla la illam. So that's not the proper way of reading it, right? Kalla la illam ya. So do we have a mim that has a sukun here? So it's followed by a ya. So here ya is for tomorrow, inshallah. How about a nun sakina? Do we have another one in the word that follows? Ya, right? So here we have a nun sakina followed by a ta, and ta is one of the 15 letters of al-ikhfa. Excellent. Next. We haven't finished, right? Now we'll come back to this. This is an advanced rule. We'll come back to it, inshallah. But you can see exactly what we have, right?
Yeah.
But we'll come back to it, inshallah. Because it looks like a tanween.
Yeah.
And here we have a verb. And we learned that tanween is one of alamatul ism, right? So we'll come back to it, inshallah, in due time. We'll explain the writing, inshallah. Yeah. Has to do with the rasm. We'll learn it, inshallah, when we're more advanced, inshallah.
Next step.
Excellent. So we have here examples of tanween. So now so here we have a tanween followed by a kaf, and then so what is that rule? Al-ikhfa. Excellent. And then next. So kadhibatin khati'a, right? So here we have an example of al-ilhar. Beautiful.
فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب.
ما شاء الله. That's 1 minute. For the sajda. So beautiful, excellent. So let's go over this again, and then we'll call it a night, inshallah. And next week we'll start from Surah Al-Teen, inshallah, our revision. So ahkamul mim sakina, the rules of mim sakina. There are 3 of them. The first one we learned, which was al-ikhfa al-shafawi, has 1 letter, which is al-ba. If I have a mim that has a sukun, and it's followed by a ba, so there we apply the rule of al-ikhfa al-shafawi. So we not only have our lips open a little bit, but we have a ghunna, right? So we have to keep that in mind. تَرْمِيهِمْ أَلَمْ يَعْلَمْ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى. So here, إِدْغَامُ الْمُتَمَاثِلَيْنِ الصَّغِيرِ. So this rule has وَلَوْ حَرْفٌ وَاحِدٌ. It has 1 letter, وهو الميم, and it is mim. فإذا وقعت الميم المتحركة بعد الميم الساكنة وجب الإدغام. If you have a meme that has a vowel other than sukun, and it follows a meme that has a sukun, then it is an obligation to apply al-idgham, to take that meme and put it in the other meme. The meme that has a sukun, we put it in the other meme. ويسمى, and this rule is called إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. ولا بد معه من الغنة. Here also it's an obligation to have غنة, so we spend time. Not only are we taking the meme that has a sukun and putting it in the other meme that does not have a sukun, but then we spend time with the غنة. And then why do we have this word and this word and this word in this rule? So we have the word idgham because we are taking a meme. لإدغام الميم الساكنة في الميم المتحركة. We take the meme that has a sukun and we're putting it in the other meme that does not have the sukun. What about the word al-mutamathilain? Why do we have it? We have it لكونه مؤلفا من نفس الحرف. It's because this rule, we're talking about identical letters. We're talking about the same letter, and that letter is al-mim. What about as-saghir? Why do we have the adjective as-saghir here? لأن الحرف الأول ساكن والثانية متحرك. It's because the first meme has a sukun and the second one has a vowel other than sukun. So examples. إن كنتم مؤمنين. So here we have a meme that has a sukun followed by a meme that does not have a sukun. So we take this meme, we put it here, and then we spend time. كنتم مؤمنين ولهم ما يشتهون. So here meme that has a sukun followed by a meme that has a fatha. So we do إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. أمن أسس. So here meme that has a sukun and it's followed by a meme that has a fatha. So we have إدغام المتماثلين الصغير. So next week inshallah we'll learn the third rule inshallah and continue our revision. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.